Hey, it's Korinn, 365 Days of Open Heart Living, day 109, feeling like a loser. So I wanted to talk about this because I last night felt like a loser, a complete loser. You know, when we have those moments that we feel like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. Like, it's not the whole picture, it's not the whole story, but sometimes it just lands on us and we just feel like we aren't doing what we need to, or we haven't, made the right choices leading up to where we are, or that maybe we keep making the wrong choices. And that has a effect on where we are and how we feel about ourselves and what we're able to, output into the world for our, you know, level of life, level of living, that maybe we aren't able to live to our full capacity because of the things that have, made up our past. And boom, we're here where we are today. And sometimes things just hit and make us reflect and feel like a loser. It's not a good feeling. It doesn't feel good to feel like a loser. Last night, I cried. I was frustrated with myself, and I don't know if I was ashamed, maybe a little bit, but I just felt like a loser. I just felt like, God, I could be doing so much better for my family. And that was the conversation that led me into feeling like a loser, because I was talking with my son, who is now 18, is going to be graduating from high school, and I have been encouraging him, like, what do you want to do? I'm encouraging him to take some classes for college and to try to pick a path so that he has some steps laid in getting to a place for having success in being an adult and being able to provide for himself, to own his own home, to be able to enjoy the things that he wants, to have a family, to be able to support and provide for his family. And you know, that's my life. Like, those are the things that I try to do, and I feel like I lack. I like all of us, most of us, I could make more money. I wish that I could. And I do things that I hope, have the potential to bump me into that next level or category of living comfortably and being able to provide for my family. But I have made choices along the way that have caused my level of being able to earn, they have caused them to have a ceiling currently in the profession that I work in. And my son and I, we talked about that. He point blank told me, I don't feel like I can listen to you and take advice from you because you haven't made good choices for yourself. You have picked careers that have limited your earning potential. And he's very valid. Um, I have, and I it it struck me, like, he's he's right. I I like what I do, but I'm kind of hitting the ceiling on what I can earn in the profession that I am licensed to work in. Um, yeah, it made me feel like a loser. Like, I have gotten myself into this predicament where I have a family. I have, you know, two people I'm solely responsible for, and I I I don't make enough for our standard of living. I don't make enough for long-term security and to be able to really save and spend on things that are, able to be enjoyed. I have a capacity to do that, but it's not my own. It does not come from my soul earnings. So I talked with him about how, yeah, you're right. I have made some choices that have led me to be in the place that I am, and this is what I'm able to make, and I want you to be able to make more. And I kind of spun it as learn from my mistakes, and I also defended myself and was like, your dad and I, when I got to the point of being able to go on to my master's, and I was looking at taking the GRE, and I was looking at different schools I could apply for. They weren't all in Wisconsin, and we were wanting to, start a family, think about getting married, or we had gotten engaged, and my life path looked like it had been decided with him. And so I wasn't interested in maybe getting accepted into a graduate program that was out of state and having to move and leave him and leave the life we were creating. Like, I was committed to us. And so I gave up that path for myself in exchange for our family path. I do not regret that. But I did not know that I didn't know that our life together was going to be cut short. And the career path that I went down was, low earnings, part-time. I was mom. I took care of the home. My husband was, our financial stability, 100%. I didn't know that he was going to die, and that was going to be taken away from us. And I tell both of my kids now, and maybe this is advice for you too, if you need to hear it, depending on where you are in your life or in your trajectory of what is next in your life. But I tell both my kids, pick a profession that you're going to be able to support yourself solely on, completely. And that if you have children or a family, that you'll be able to provide for them too. That, it's not easy. It's not easy to find your path. And maybe there are some things that I chose wrong in, and I could look at it that way. And that's what I was reflecting on last night of then my mind started spinning of maybe I could do this to bring in some extra cash, or this or that, or, and I do things to bring in extra cash for my family too, but I'm not standing solely on my own. And I want to. That is a goal of mine for my family, for myself. And I could look at myself as being a loser because of where I ended up in life at the age of 45 that I am now, and not being able to provide solely for my family, which I am responsible for. There is just me, fortunate for my husband and his hard work. We have a cushion, and that is a part of our being able to live. But it shouldn't be. It should not be. I should be able to do this on my own. And dang it, I want to. And so it's good motivation for me, and feeling like a loser, because then it makes me feel like, I want to grind. I want to figure out what else I can do. And not that those haven't been thoughts in my head, but I just feel a little bit more passionate about it. And which is good, right? So maybe sometimes I'm feeling like a loser, we need to bump into that uncomfortableness. We need to see where we are and the decisions we've made, right or wrong. It got us to where we are. There's purpose in that. And that's the other side that I could be looking at. I could be looking at myself as feeling like, God, I'm a loser. I can provide for our day to day, but like my son's going to college, my daughter's going to need a car in a couple years. Like I want to retire someday. We like to travel. Like I want to maybe buy something nice for myself every once in a while, or do some upgrades on the house, or like there's so much, and I can't do it all with where I am right now. So yeah, I could feel like a total loser. Or the other side is to look at where I am, the decisions I've made, what I'm capable of, and to trust that everything happened as it should. And I have grown into the person that I am, on the path to being. I'm growing into the person that I'm on the path to being. And my potential is not fully met yet. I could look at it that way. And so could you. In feeling like a loser, you can feel like that and let it be uncomfortable and let it brush up against you abrasively to the point that you have to move. You have to move, you have to do something, you have to figure this out, you have to find another path or avenue or place of inspiration to help you bump up ahead. And that your full capacity is not yet met. You have to know that. I've reached different levels of potential through my adult years, and so have you where you are. But you're not a fucking loser, and neither am I. And our level of potential is not tapped out. Maybe we're in jobs that the ceiling of earning is capped out, but we have skills, we have knowledge, we have character, we have drive, we have the capacity to learn, we have the capacity to go back to school, we have the capacity to find a way to make things better. We have a ability to diversify, to create different streams of income to come in. We don't just have to stay capped at where we are. We don't. And feeling like a loser, very much so. In talking today, I'm talking about career, but it could be, where you are at in your relationship. Maybe you have shortcomings that you keep failing on. Maybe, that's something abrasive that you need to brush up against and look at. What am I bringing to the table in the relationship? What have my past choices been that have led me into this place that I am today, that kept me at not being able to give more in my relationship, or not being able to connect deeper in my relationship, or not being able to allow myself to be vulnerable so that I can have a more kind of healthy relationship with myself and with the person that the people that are in my life that I'm in relationship with, family, friend, whatnot. Other areas of feeling like a loser are, physically, where am I at? Do I feel unhealthy? Is my health poor? Do I have mental health that is dragging me down? Like, where am I at that is making me feel like I'm a loser? Let it be abrasive. Let it brush up against you like sandpaper, like it's rubbing you raw. And in that pain of being rubbed raw, by feeling like a loser inside, what we can do is we can sit in it and we can feel the pain, and we can keep taking that abrasiveness over and over and over, and just let it lead to us kind of bleeding out, and taking away our energy and taking away our drive and our motivation and our sense of ourself that wants better and has a higher potential for reaching a different level of personal standard and personal wellness. We can do that, or we can get up and move. We can create space from that thing that is causing abrasiveness and rubbing us out raw, you know, we can move. We can choose to, you know, give up the things that are causing us to be in the stuck pattern that is making us deeper and deeper and deeper internalize, I'm a loser. And we can instead look for what is our capacity to grow beyond the thing that we are stuck in that is making us feel like a loser. Do I need to just go out and walk? Do I need to pick one person to really open up and be vulnerable with? Do I need to, you know, go out and join a group that I can share personal interests in, you know, yoga, quilting, I don't even know, pottery, you know, there's so many things out there. Expand your interests, expand your capacity, expand your ability to learn and grow. Look for those other ways that you can tap into financial streams. You don't just have to work a 9 to 5 job. You can earn beyond that. You can. Maybe the thing that makes you feel like a loser is that your house is cluttered. You have clutter everywhere and it's just a mess and you can't clean, you know, enough and keep up with it, and life is just like snowballing and your surroundings make you feel captive, like you're stuck in the snowball and you can't get out. Well, then what's your capacity, you know, to keep living in that accumulating mess of clutter and dust and, you know, like drudgery that energetically keeps you down too, might I add? Or what's your potential to pick one area of your home and clean it out? Clear that one space. Even if it's taking stuff that you aren't sure what you want to do with it and just putting it in a different location for now and just clearing out that one space. Because you know what happens in clearing out a space and creating openness? This flow comes in to that space. And then I don't know about you, but every time like I get on a tear and I clean like a little part of my house, it's like that becomes my new favorite space. And I walk by and I stop and I look and I'm just like, oh, it just feels good. It just feels good to have clearness, to have more flow, to look at something in your life and be like, that feels cozy. It feels nice. It feels put together. It feels clean. It feels crisp. It feels fresh. Well, same with all the other things that I've been jabbering at you about. Clean it up. Clean up the thing that makes you feel like a loser. If you're feeling like a loser, look at what is cluttered in that space of feeling like a loser. For me, it's my capped earning potential right now. And my son looking at me and feeling like I can't listen to my mom. I can't take her advice because she has made decisions for herself that have led her to be in a position where she can't earn above and beyond what she needs to for our family. You know, like I need to declutter that space for myself and think bigger, think outside of the box. And, you know, I have some ideas already, which is exciting. And they're not new ideas, right? Maybe it's just polishing something up. An old idea that you had that's like, yes, I need to resurrect that and I need to take action in it, stepping away from that which is causing abrasiveness of being stuck and rubbing me raw of like, I can't do more for my family, and realizing that, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And then moving in it, right? You can do more for yourself. Get up and move in it. Clear that space in your life or within yourself. Clean it out, declutter it, look at what's in there, unpack it, polish it up, see what has been left in there that was an old idea that needs to be resurrected, and breathe new life into it. Breathe new life into you and know you are not a loser. You are capable of more than your current potential. You have a high level of potential that has not been met yet. And that is where I want to take you today in meditation. And gosh, I've been talking a lot, and I'm sorry for that. Probably too much. You know, this is a space for my expression creatively, and it's a space for me, for inspiration that comes through me to inspire you. So sometimes it's a little heavier on the me, like jabbering at you, and sometimes it's more centered on you. It's always for you. When you're listening to me and joining me, just trust that there's something in it that you need to hear, that you need to feel, that you need to experience for yourself. And now is that time for you. Let's go ahead and close your eyes. Take in your nice, deep, relaxing breath. Feel your breath as you breathe in, and your energy expands within you in that breath. Feel how it expands further and further every time you breathe in, until you're feeling it expanding from inside of you through your whole body, and expanding then further outside of your body too, with every expanding inhale. Breathing in, feeling that breath expand your physical body as you stretch out. As your breath stretches you out and expands you, that sensation then stretches beyond your physical body, out into the energy that is still you, outside of your body. Feel your energy around you as it expands out 360 degrees around you, like an energy bubble. And as you feel into the space that is you, and you feel through your expansiveness, you tap into a layer of energy that holds things that are much more than physical. They're emotional and spiritual, and have a mental energy as well. But they are most certainly a part of your wholeness and how you are in your life. So expanding your awareness into this non-physical space that stretches beyond your physical body, and tapping into that which is contained and stored in the energy of your expansive self. There is a part that feels blocked off in this expansive space. Feel where that is in your energy field. Where does your 360-degree bubble around you feel like it's blocked off? Feel that block and ask yourself, why do I have this block? And listen for your internal reply. As your inner wisdom speaks to you on a spiritual level, letting you know why this block is in your energy field, I want you to watch that block as you acknowledge why it's there, and watch to see what happens. You can even talk to it and say, I acknowledge that this block is in my energy field because, and say what it is, the information you received of why it is there. And once you say it and acknowledge it, you see it, it can respond to your awareness of it, and it can start to shift and change. Watch. I acknowledge this block is in my energy field because. Now take a deep breath in and breathe that breath, direct it into that space of your energy where there is incoherence and blockage. Your breath is energy. It is life and light. It is your light and life. Breathe it into that block within yourself and give light and life to the space of you that is blocked. Ask your guardian angel, will you come into my energy field and help this block be cleared now? Will you come into my energy field and help this block be cleared now? And now just watch and feel. As you feel your energy and breathe, allow your angel to come in and do some work for you, decluttering your inner space, clearing it, freshening up your vibration so that that which has blocked you from your expanding potential is now unblocked. And now let's pray together. God, what is the thing that you want to inspire me in so that I can expand in my potential? When you're ready, open your eyes. Quite a different feeling, right? From beginning of the meditation to now. So what we have done is we have opened ourselves to clearing out inner clutter, to identifying physically in our non-physical energy field or energetically where our block is, allowing it to have light and breath and life breathe into it so that we are connected to our expansiveness of being able to break through the block and give it new energy, inviting in the angels, to your guardian angel, to help you, spiritual help stepping in, and then in the end, inviting God to speak to your heart, to connect with you, giving you personal inspiration for how you can expand into yourself beyond the blocks that you carry as a human being. Totally different feel. The energy has been decluttered. And there's new energy there for you now to expand into and to live your heart.